routine here. I want to get this gentleman on the couch to stand up for me, man. Come on, stand up. Come here for a second. Okay. I want you to take a look at the two of us, because we're actually advertising for a new line of clothing being sold by a store called Apostles R Us. It's going to be the hip and happening thing, man. Although he pulls it off, you know, a little more than me. He's got the hair, the beard, and everything. And pretty soon he's going to learn how to walk on water. He's just going to leave me behind on the pay scale. But thanks, dude. I appreciate it, man. I saw him over on the couch. And he's rocking the same style as me. Yeah. You can't get much more old school than Jesus now, can you? But, either way, you know, I'm a fan of strange conversations. Anyone who knows me knows this. And not too long ago, I was hanging out with this girl I'm friends with, and, you know, we were talking about, well, sex and laundry, because neither one of us has done either one of the two in a very long time. So it was like a 3-hour conversation about sex and laundry. And, you know, I wasn't picking up on the illusions that were being made. I thought maybe she was offering me, you know, like the use of her washer and dryer or something. And, you know, I just let it go. The next day, she comes up to me and she says, you know, I had a dream last night and you were in it. And I said, really? This is where the conversation really went wrong in my mind. She leans over, whispers in my ear, and tells me that she had a dream about me offering to clean out her lint screen and telling her that I'd like to put a load of whites in her washer. How the hell am I supposed to take that? I mean, I know how I'm supposed to take it, but I couldn't because it was just too ridiculous for me to pick up on the dirty and go for it. It was like, really? You're going to offer a little fabric softener with that, maybe? It just, I couldn't go there. I just couldn't, man. Speaking of laundry, I keep a list of like ridiculous products that are out on the market. Things that, you know, they advertise that just don't make any sense to me. And one of them tells me that people out there just obviously aren't getting the point. This would be Febreze laundry soap. Anyone with 2 ounces of common sense knows that Febreze was invented so single men don't have to do laundry. We already know that, man. It looks clean, you pick it up, spray it down, let it dry, and put it on. It's so you don't have to throw it in the dryer for 15 minutes with a couple extra bounce sheets. It's the most convenient thing that was ever invented. Putting Febreze and laundry soap together just defeats the freaking purpose now, doesn't it? Doesn't make any sense to me. One of my other favorite ones that's come out lately, and I discovered this one by accident. By the way, here's your safety tip for the night. If it is after 12:30 at night on a Friday night, you are buying condoms at a gas station, be very specific in what you want. Don't just say, give me a box of Trojans, man, because you may pay for it. Trojan came out with this interesting little product known as the Fire and Ice Condom. I call it the Icy Hot Condom. Okay, because, well, if you have even slightly sensitive skin, it's roughly akin to sticking your dick in a toaster oven and then dipping it in a glass of ice water over and over and over again until it goes numb. Okay, it's just, not, how is this a good product? Do you know how we used to torture the freshman wrestlers, the dorky ones in high school? We'd take their cups and put Icy Hot in it. And then about 15 minutes later, we'd watch them run around screaming and crying until they jumped in the shower, not knowing that the water would only make it worse. Now, I think I know how this product came about. Those dorky guys that were really piss-poor wrestlers, but were always kind of smarter than the rest of us, they got jobs doing things like, oh, say, designing condoms for Trojan. And they figured, you know, the cooler kids were probably still getting laid more than they were, and we're just dumb enough to use anything that says for her fucking pleasure on the box. So they went ahead and launched a product campaign, and it just worked out for them now, didn't it? It just, yeah, it's my theory. It might be, it might not be, how it came about, I don't know. One of my big pet peeves these days, besides stupid products, is texting. We've really, really gone overboard with the texting, man. I mean, people text me like 20 times in a day, and if I don't respond once, I get a message like, what, you didn't get my text? Well, you just suck at this texting thing, don't you? I'm like, yeah, I don't like it. I was dating a girl that would sit there in the same room as a roommate, literally like a couch length away, and they would text each other instead of talking. I asked her why, and she said, I just like this better. But it gets even worse. Literally, 2 days ago, I was sitting there having a conversation with somebody right here in this coffee shop. I said something that I guess she thought was witty, and she looks at me and says, LMAO. Really? Okay, if you've got to say, laugh my ass off, why don't you just laugh your friggin' ass off? It obviously wasn't that funny if you're looking at me saying LMAO. I mean, how am I supposed to take that? It's just stupid. It's pointless. And Facebook's the same way, man. Literally, I'm sitting here with an ex-girlfriend of mine. She's pregnant. She's got a kid on the way. She's asking me about middle names, you know, for her kid. And I said, well, you know, I know his last name, obviously, is Carol. How about you go ahead and tell me his first name? That way I can, you know, kind of fit something in between the two of them that makes sense. And she goes, oh, well, I sent you a Facebook message. Just check it. No, you're sitting right in front of me. Just fucking tell me. Just tell me. I don't want to have to log into Facebook, man. Let's just have a conversation. Facebook's ridiculous anyway. Okay, it was what, a few months ago? You know, you always get these application requests and, oh, join this group, that group. Okay, I got the stupidest one I've ever seen. About 3 months ago, somebody requested that I become a fan of white people. There wasn't even a reason why on the goddamn page. Just become a fan of white people. Okay, first of all, tell me, what have we done recently besides create weapons of mass destruction that would make me want to become a fan of white people? Okay, second, are we that uncool? Really? I mean, I know I'm up here wearing a fucking pirate shirt, but are we that uncool? Are we so uncool that we have to recruit fans the same way that Nickelback does? Really? It kills me, man. I mean, we're just sinking on that one there. Okay, I don't know. One other thing that I like to come up with hobbies because Savannah's kind of boring. One of the hobbies I've had recently is submitting definitions to UrbanDictionary.com. Anybody ever log on and see the wonderful shit on that page? Yeah. Well, I came up with, okay, I was standing out in front of a play hall not too long ago. We just did Rocky Horror, and we were standing outside for a cast photo. And a guy walks up to me, because I'm, you know, wearing fishnet stockings and sparkly high heels, and looks at me and says, what in the hell, boy, are you some kind of homosexual? I said, homosexual, H-O-M-E-R? Oh. Okay, you know, and it gets stuck in my head. So I went on UrbanDictionary.com and I came up with my definition. A homosexual, to me, is a man who gets aroused at the sight of beer and donuts. You know, I went ahead and threw that in there, got a good amount of votes. I also came up with a definition while I was at it for a loaded question. A loaded question is the type of question that a woman is prone to ask a man when she does not have money to buy her own fucking chocolates. She can also ask this if her desk has been bereft of flowers for more than 2 weeks. Then it's completely allowable. How am I doing on time, Jim? 1 minute. I have 1 minute left. Well, in that case, I'm going to point something out. I recently, well, not recently, about 9 months ago, I went on a diet plan. A few people who know me might know I'm not nearly as much of a portly fat ass as I used to be. I tried everything, guys, and I just couldn't lose weight. And all the diet plans that were out there just didn't work for me, so I decided to come up with my own diet. It's got to have 3 steps, because they all do, right? You got the cleansing step, the actual diet, and the physical exercise, because that's necessary. Well, I decided not to pay lots of money for all those bullshit cleansers like Acai and green tea and all that crap that don't actually work. My cleanser instead is IHOP. Man, I went in and had 1 meal at IHOP, and I crapped up the Indian head penny I swallowed on a deer when I was 7. I mean, it was just like, and that thing's worth money too, so it was a good thing. But, and it's like Roto-Rooter for your body if you're not used to it. If you inoculate yourself, like on a daily basis, it doesn't work as well though. Okay, now, the second step is the actual diet. It's a diet of my own devising. Patent pending. It is the ramen noodle and pussy diet. Because if you're, you know, 21 meals a week is 3 packs of ramen noodles a day for 7 days, you ain't gonna gain weight anyway. And the pussy's really just to get the taste of the ramen out of your mouth. You know? Besides, it's kind of like chewing sugar-free bubble gum, man. You can eat it all day long and never gain an ounce. You gotta love it. Man, the physical exercise part, I figure that'll take care of itself. Because honestly, if you're going down on a girl that much and you ain't getting laid, well, you got problems, man. Contact your nearest lesbian chick for pointers and she'll square you away. But on that, I'm going to let you go, and Jake is going to get back up here on the stage.